the 12 tribes are usually in manufacturing and production. So you basically you're producing a modern day cash crop, a goddamn Nissan plant. That little Altima going across that plant is a modern day cash crop, man. All right, those burgers at the Burger King, McDonald's, that's the new cash crop, man. But it's the same thing. You working just to pay your damn bills. All right,
It's Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where that has scattered us for reproach and a curse. And to be subject to payment.
And you know how you know you a damn curse? Walk into a nice restaurant where there's a bunch of Edomites. Watch how someone's gonna walk out that motherfucker. You know what that's called? A curse. That's a curse. He's cursed.
That's a reproach.
If nobody wants to be around you, you're cursed. You are a reproach. Nobody wants to be around you. What? Is that stigma? Stigma is the curse.
And that curse actually goes into, when you get into the Hebrew, it means anger. That's the anger of the Most High, defined as righteous indignation.
Genesis, it said, and to be subject to payments.
Be subject to payments, you sharecropping. That's the fundamental aspects of sharecropping. You working, I work for you, you rented your tools out to me, but now I'm indebted to the tools, so now the money that I use to work for you, I gotta pay for the tools. That's to put me back in debt to keep working for you to pay off the tools.
Then charge interest.
Then charge interest.
And what's that slogan? What's that slogan they got? Work to live, like you working to live.
Yeah, you dying to live. You're working to live. You know? That pledge. Somebody that's a rock 28. You living to die, man. You living just to die. And you dying to live. You killing yourself just to live. The reason why Jake be dead at 50 because they eat shit and they get the shit worked out of them.
That's right.
If you a goddamn human robot for 30 years, of course you're gonna have a shorter life expectancy. Then you go home to a standard American diet. Then you, and I'm not trying to be funny, being broke is like a disease. Live it. If your lifestyle is suffering,
It's stress.
stress will kill you.
It causes cancer.
It causes cancer. All type of imbalances in your body. That's why Jake overdoes everything. He gets over drunk. He gets multiple bitches. Because guess what? He's stressing. He's overcompensating because he's picked up and throughout the week, man. Jake is known for having a bad budget. Jake is known for getting paid and spending all on bullshit. Because your ass is picked up all week, man.
Trying to find some sense of peace, running to different stuff, man.
That's the point on that.
I got one for you. I got one too. I got that Micah 2 and 10 for y'all too.
Okay, come. You got it first time. I got you, bro.
This Haggai 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
What do you mean you have so much? You modern day sharecropping. You working your ass off. Is not America the most worked country on the planet Earth?
That's right.
All right, you have so much. Meaning, guess what? You produced a lot for these companies that you work for.
80 hours in 1 week.
80 hours in 1 week, man. And then they charge you for paying you overtime.
Exactly.
A whole other tax bracket.
A whole other tax bracket, man. So you that might as well not even show you your gross income.
Right.
I hate when they show you the gross income. So it was, I was supposed to get paid $1,200, but now it's $800. You know? Hey man, read that again from the top of Bucket Shop.
You have sown much, Haggai 1 and 6, and bring in little.
You have so much and bring in little. And that's the dynamic of Babylon, America, Egypt. That's why it says the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Yeah. So you made $8,000 for those 2 weeks, but you get back by $5,000.
Yup.
Or $4,000.
And don't you know that any job you working your body out of orbit, you killing yourself?
That's right.
I know you've been to certain manufacturing jobs where they'll install a robot, right? Then about 3 months later, the robot laid out.
But according to the blueprint of the Most High, even Yahushua and the angels rested on the 7,000 days.
Yep. Hey, that speaks volumes.
You supposed to have a rest.
Yup. See?
And you don't supposed to be working at night.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? What, midnight? What they call it? The graveyard.
So you know why? You know why?
Graveyard.
Hey, does anybody have that scripture? Man goes to work and it's sundown. It's like Psalms 104.
You want that one?
Yeah, Babaka Shah. Hey, cause you got some kind of circadian rhythm, man. When the sun gets up, you get your butt up.
That's right.
Around sundown, not only are you done with your day's work, you're supposed to get paid that day.
That's right.
That's in the law.
That's right.
That's in the law. All right.
Wages day for day.
This is 103 and 104. Yeah, so, hey.
Finish it.
Yeah, Babaka Shah. I got you, Zahab.
It says, ye eat, but ye have not enough.
You eat, but you have not enough, man. All right? And it really got levels to it because really the standard American diet is nutritionally deficient. So you literally are starved when you eat. So you eat more. You eat empty calories. That's right. But let's go ahead.
Acronym SAD.
Standard American diet. But it's on the face value. You never have enough, man. You never have enough. And Esau set that up systematically to keep you working for him. I was actually reading a book and they broke it down to where the way you maximize production is to keep that person in a state of deprivation. So they got it set up with the jobs that we're gonna pay you. They know how much it costs to live around you. They know the living requirement to live around you. The cost of living around you. So they systematically set it up to where you only get paid enough to have to go back to work. Because if you got paid more, then you might stop working. So they set it up to where you're always on that hamster wheel, and that maximizes their production from you, man. Hey, that's the pit.
And it goes to at least that diligent search. You know what I'm saying? For you to do something like that, man, you gotta be really, it's a good word I can use, man.
In tune with Satan.
They're cunning.
But they did that even back, they started that back in Europe. You know, they cut the wage because you had, when they was paying, you know, them decent wages, you know, back in the 1800s, 1700s, you had Edomites retiring real early because they were saving enough of their salary where they can retire, you know, and really do their own thing, man. And the least seen that they started cutting them wages, man. They was like they retired too early, man. You see, but the least they've been real crafty when it comes to you know, this wages and, you know, the work and the labor. You know, that's why Jake, you know, the least been we talking about they were doing this since the 1700s. Then Jake pop up and say, yeah, we got 90 acres. You know, we finna be out of here. This is our salvation. No, man. You know, they got you niggas figured out, man. You niggas are centuries behind, man.
They know your nature as an Israelite more than you know your own nature as an Israelite. Hey, but so
that's real quick. That's why they get them ball players them big contracts. Them ball players, they got records saying after the game, it be all type of merchants in the locker room selling them suit packages and, you know, $10,000 packages, you know, because they know they're gonna go buy the fancy cars. You know, it ain't enough for these billionaire owners to get these athletes $100 million contracts, you know? They know they're gonna get it all back.
Cause you're the biggest fucking consumer.
Yeah.
You're the biggest consumer. All right, go ahead, Zahab.
Yeah, Con, this is Amos 9. I'm going to start at 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
But this is happening now. Starting with the Apostles of Great Millstone, these camps of the GMS popping up. That's the house of David. All right, go ahead.
That is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
And he raising up our ruins, man. So we were talking about earlier, low self-esteem, self-doubt. Hey, you know, and that's all products of slavery and Edomite supremacy. Because along with slavery came Edomite supremacy. You know, I was watching James Bond last night. Oh yeah, I was watching James Bond last night. The one that came out 2013.
Quantum or something?
Quantum, I think. He was over there in Africa in the first scene.
No. You talking about Casino Royale.
So like it was Casino Royale. But he was over there in West Africa. And Jake's so athletic and agile, and James Bond ended up still catching him. But you know, that's sending messages on a subconscious level that Esau's the alpha male. So what does that do for you as an Israelite? If everything around you is saying Esau's the alpha male, then you know he has a so-called black butler, black maids and stuff, man.
It's subjection.
It's subjection, man. So hey, that stuff goes to your subconscious. All the presidents except for one were Edomites. Everybody on your dollar bill with Edomites. Everybody you worship with Edomites. But then everything, then Esau, he gaslights you on the news and different forms of the media. It's always you that's the degenerate.
So he's teaching you to hate you and love him.
Hate you and love, and it works. And it works.
It started at a very low age.
Very low age.
School systems.
I remember being at daycare, Head Start, and the so-called Christian Edomites coming and showing us Adam and Eve and reading us those Bible stories. And it'll be Edomites. They'll be Edomites in the stories.
But think about it. When you mold a child when he's young, you'll get a better finished product.
They're impressionable.
They're impressionable. Think about what Yahushua stated. When you're born again, you have to be untaught like kids because you get a better finished product when you're small. You're untaught, you're unskilled.
Your first 7 years is your capacity to be programmed.
That's right.
From the time a child is born to the time they're 7, that's when you put all the information in. Anything after that is repetition.
7 means completion.
7 means completion. So from the time a child is a baby to the time they're 7, that's when they're like a computer, and that's when you first put their first software program in. So you say you start them off as kids. All right. What's the water that's Okay.
It says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen.
So hey, we gonna possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, man. And this how you know we suffered the wounds of slavery. No Israelite, the average Israelite man does not want to own people.
That's right.
It is not any Israelite man, starting with the southern kingdom or the northern kingdom, to want to run a nation, to want to own people. It's not it. So the slavery didn't work.
Yeah, because Jake always wants to talk about building their own community somewhere, but they never come saying, let's take over these banks, let's start running this shit.
Yeah, because possessing the remnant of Edom is going to getting our lands. You know, because Jay don't want to own land, you want to own blocks, you know?
I'll go buy land.
Jay want to claim blocks there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you turn around and bought land from somebody that stole land.
Yeah, the wild 300s and shit.
You know, something you learn in life is that you can't do everything by the books. Like you ever work a job by the books, we just play life by the books, and you realize you keep getting fucked over because the winners didn't play by the books. Somebody hit a lick. Somebody deceived somebody. And we're working for a man that did not play by the books.
That's right. That's right.
Laws of power.
Yup. And they came from those Machiavellian laws, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So
Sun Tzu.
Yep, Sun Tzu. Hey, so look. What I'm about to say. Hey, you playing a man's game that didn't play fair. So when he finally let you, like the July chick broke down. First was oppressed in slavery, then was segregated against to enter into his system. And by the time he let us in his system, we're workers.
Right.
You're just coming in to work for him.
That's right. Then he'll give you the rules. He'll tell you the rules are A, B, and C.
Yeah.
But then when you focus on that and learn that mindset, then he'll switch it from CBA.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To keep you further.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why you get the low class or the Edomites who say that the rich, they don't pay their due share as far as taxes are concerned. The rich are business owners. Business owners get tax breaks because they bring on employees like you and I to work for minimum wage and get taxed from that money. So the more workers that they bring in, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, 15,000, 20,000 employees, the government benefits off of that. Because now you gotta ask yourself, how does the US government and military get paid? They get paid off of those corporations.
That's right.
That's why the corporations and the government are in cahoots or in bed together. That's why you look at the mind of the government and you look at the mind of the corporations, they're one.
They're one, yep.
And that's what it goes back to. And that's how they get the particular tax breaks, because the owners and I guess you can call it the executive team of those corporations, they're the ones that get the big break because they have the sheeple to work for them and allow the government to eat from their table. So the top elite of them, they can step away from it and keep their portion while you little ones and you undesires get raped. And that's how it goes.
And it starts with the day you're born.
It starts at that particular date.
A lot of with the school system.
Yep. And that's why the majority of business owners and millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, they didn't get an education.
That's right. That's
they
right.
were groomed up into ownership. They weren't groomed up into workmanship.
That's why you hear people talk about fascism. You know, the government's what
And
corporation.
capitalism.
You know, capitalism. You know, brother gonna get the definition. Then they're going to what you're saying. That's because the elites, they ain't gotta sell out, you know, individual people. They just need the government to sell out to them.
That's it.
And the government gonna enslave the people, man. You see?
Because the government, through your hospitals, informed the elite that you done came into the world. That's why on your birth certificate you see informing. Your mama is informing the elite that I have a boy such as this. And then therefore through that information, what happens? Then you are reported to what they call it, that debt clock shit. Now you inherit debt because you've been born.
Yeah, she's informing the government that she's brought forth a new product.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
A cash crop.
A cash crop.
A cow.
A
cash cow. Oil.
Yup, cattle, man. Cause that's what we got broken down to in slavery.
And that's the reason why basically we have to receive those vaccines, because the vaccinations actually goes back into that term cow. Cow. I forgot what it means though.
And, you know, and it's heavy because that's what capitalism goes into. Capitalism is basically modern slavery. Because when we were slaves and we were considered property, we didn't own anything because we were the property. But now when they let you go, you get paid minimum wage, but the living minimum wage is $15 an hour, and you get paid $7 an hour. You got a car, you gotta have a place to stay, you got kids, insurance. So you're a modern day, you're a peasant.
And can I bring out this point? When I looked up the term vaccine, it goes into the origin of cows.
Hey, going back to the Anul.
Yeah, the board, the ear with the awl.
The awl, man.
Hey.
Yep.
And brother said recommended the movie Antebellum.
Yeah.
Man, bro.
You saw
it? Yeah, it's worth seeing. I watched it last night after fellowship. It's worth it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they show you nothing changed.
And
You know what I'm
if they
saying?
want to,
Say what, bro?
I would say if they want to, they could put us back there. They could put us back there.
Yep. And they branded the chick.
Yep.
You know?
Changed their names and everything.
That's good.
And I mean, if you think about it, Esau done that already.
Yeah.
He done branded it. Well, he wants to brand us with the microchip. He done changed our name into Christians and given us all these different philosophies. So we lost our true nationality, you know.
I got those definitions.
I had a precept that trauma.
Okay. Yeah, going back to that wound of an enemy, because it said I have wounded you with the wound of an enemy, right? And trauma goes back to wound. You was breaking down out of the different elements under trauma: depression, stress, low self-esteem, self-doubt,
can't
sleep. Hey, and that's all the byproduct of slavery, man.
I got it, buddy. This is capitalism. It says an economic or political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners.
You go into that term economic, it means how you make money.
Yep.
All right.
In which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit.
The private owners are the elite bankers, beginning with the Rothschilds.
Rather than by the state.
Rather by the state. So the state don't control shit. You know, that's what the Rothschild guy say. I care not who runs the government.
Who make the laws.
Who make the laws.
Control of the money.
Give me control of the money.
That's right.
And then his mama stated that basically if my sons won war, then war would happen. They make money off bloodshed.
They said it's the best time to invest. There's blood in the streets.
Yeah. Just like dealing with the COVID-19. It's like, I think the billionaires has increased to like 20% because of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the middle class is being wiped the fuck out. Unemployed. You know?
Yeah, they have business owners.
They have a saying that goes, when everybody gets fearful, get greedy. You know? Because that's the best time to take control. When everybody's fearful.
Say one man's downfall is another man's come up.
Hey, that goes show you Esau was estranged from the womb. Your boy Esau was a psychopath. A psychopath goes back to mind suffering. Alright, but that obsession for power, and I do anything for power, Esau, man.
And then Jake going to vote, but the politicians don't run it, man. The people that influence these decisions, beginning with the elites in these major companies, man. Google, Apple, you see, Microsoft, Amazon. That's the people who really, run the government. Because as you see during this pandemic, who was on the scene, man? Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. They telling the masses what to do, man. Going back also to what they want to call a techocracy, man. Where these tech giants are running the nations and making the decisions and have become the leaders of the people, man. Because through all this, you see Trump really decreasing, and Elon Musk and Bill Gates, Bezos, they increasing, man.
They ever heard of Elon Musk speech or interview, man? That guy's a slap stupid idiot.
Yeah, we got it.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 12 Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Yeah, going back, you gotta play by the rules of a man and then play by the rules, man. Going back into what's that, Sirach? Well, it's him that doesn't serve a man less worthy of him. All right, go ahead, bro.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establisheth a city by iniquity.
Technocracy, capitalism, fascism. All right, that's iniquity, man. But even going back to the time of Gad, man, those treaties that you didn't keep, they had a picture. It was a straight picture, it was a photograph. Gad signed his land